What has changed most about you since the pandemic? My work-life balance is far more important to me now. I have a hard time motivating myself for long-term plans because I don't unconsciously trust that society will be predictable in 5 or 10 years. I appreciate normal activities like movies, restaurants, and social gatherings more than I used to because I don't take them for granted anymore. I have more difficulty dealing with change in my life. Lost my sense of time. Some events seem like yesterday, but in actuality they were years ago. I've become more jaded and pessimistic with everyone and nearly everything. I've also reached the point where I am immediately annoyed by others' BS. I do not like what I have become. I go out way less. It's like the desire just stopped. Nothing seems interesting enough to leave home for. And most things cost money. Could also just be the area I live in though. But your home is where you surround yourself with the things you enjoy, so if I invest in those interests, then that's where I want to be. Right? Bit of social anxiety too. For no real reason either. Just dread dealing with people more than I need to. Ability to study and memorize stuffs, it's gone forever. I worked at a for-profit hospital during the pandemic. It made me realize how much I fucking hate corporations and how absolutely disgustingly evil healthcare can be, and also how profit will always take precedence to patient care for that hospital system. I am much more aware that I'm a breathing barcode. No longer career-driven, as it doesn't matter. I give zero fucks what anyone thinks about how much time I spend with my mom. We lost my dad and my loser brothers aren't gonna step up. Plus she's awesome. My desire to leave the house. I'm much more content in my own company. I don't want to be a nurse anymore. Much more lonely. Lost touch with most of my friends. I say the weirder things I think out loud now. There's no point trying to pretend to be anything but authentic. 3.5 years alcohol-free, folded hands, medium dark skin tone, folded hands, medium dark skin tone. I have agoraphobia and couldn't work for 10 years. Could hardly leave my house. Since the pandemic, I was able to take advantage of going out more while everyone else was in isolation. I began going on job interviews and finally began working full-time again and got off SSD. I have less respect for stupidity. Some people I just cut off from my life now because I don't want their energy and I don't feel guilty about it at all. Oh, I learned lots about tie-dye because people started sharing all the good secrets during lockdown. I'm much less likely to accept social invites. I've learned to enjoy solitude. I got clean and sober on 4/14/2020. I kind of went the opposite direction compared to many people I know. I quit drinking 3 years sober tomorrow. I've lost about 85 pounds. Cut way back on gaming. And have 2-year-old twin girls. My wife and I also have a 7-year-old, and I missed a lot because of my alcoholism and gaming addiction. I cannot change the past. But I'm sure as hell doing everything I can to be the most active and present dad every day now. I have worked from home since March 2020 and stopped wearing makeup and any type of pants with buttons or zippers, lol. I got fat and still haven't been able to shake it. I lost a ton of trust in numerous institutions, government, media, medical, and I've lost faith in society. My amount of alive parents and parent-in-laws dropped from 4 to 1. I was a high school student and now I work as a clown and sleep in my car. So weird, I was just thinking about this. The way I present myself has changed drastically. I used to be much more put together. Wouldn't leave the house without a full face of makeup, clean tidy hair, and nice clothes. Now I work from home. almost never wear makeup, wash my hair like 1-2 times a week, and leave the house wearing basically pajamas. It actually really bothers me and I feel like I lost a huge part of my identity. But I can't seem to make myself change at this point. I learned to stop caring what other people think of me as much. Stopped forcing myself to wear makeup. Stopped dressing to please others and started to stand up for myself. I guess I learned to love myself more during lockdown and the aftermath. I no longer have any interest in travel. It's become an expensive hassle, and during the pandemic the rules could change on a dime with a split-second notice, leaving you stuck or out of pocket. I learned how to cook. I hate shopping in actual shops. I like everything online. Less social. Motivation. Drive. Nothing really seems like it matters anymore. I used to be the most outgoing, optimistic, bubbly. I am just. Stopped drinking. Drank from age 22 until 33. Did have a 18th celebration too though. 3 years will be on January 1, 2024. Became introverted and very selective about who I spend my time with. I'm more tired and less excited to leave the house. I've gained weight and withdrawn from family and friends. I used to believe most people were good. I no longer believe that at all. Time spent wearing a bra is at an absolute minimum. I was a quiet introvert before and now I'm a loud introvert with an unhealthy amount of contempt for certain people. But I've accepted I can't change that. I don't trust any management or authority figure in my job. I'm a homeowner now and I don't deserve it. Everyone died and left me bits and pieces. My mom left me her house. I have some security now, but I hate it because I want her and everyone else back. 6 family members in 6 months. Gone. People had to isolate and were going crazy after a month. I had spent so much of the last decade alone that I laughed at how silly they were being. It had only been a month or 2, why were they complaining? Then realized I was the one who had the problem. I don't trust people. My sense of time, what hour, day, week, month is it? What am I planning to do? Did I last see X? Do we have plans for another get-together? Like that. Very unnerving. I am okay being alone. I used to hate it and now I love it. I am thriving working from home and doing my own thing. I see my friends but on my own terms and when I want to. I no longer subscribe to any belief system resembling libertarianism. I always believed that people were best left to their own devices. And in times of national crisis, we'd all come together and help each other out. Never in my wildest dreams did I think we'd have 40-50 of the population either thinking the virus is fake or trying to get sick on purpose. If we were up against a real threat, like something that kills 10 instead of 1, America wouldn't even exist anymore. Quarantine brought out my inner hermit. I'm perfectly fine staying home with my sewing, my cable TV, my books, and my job. More screen time, less gym time. Nowhere near as much FOMO. I'm lonelier. Made me realize that I should trust government and corporations even less than I already did. I now have a much more clear understanding of the overwhelming stupidity and selfishness of half the population, and I lost a lot respect for people in my life whom I previously thought were pretty normal. Also, I order food and grocery delivery a lot more now. All the lockdowns, we had a lot of them where I live, helped me to realize that I'm autistic. And after 2 years of working towards getting assessed, I was officially diagnosed in December. Of course I was always autistic. But now that I'm aware of it, I doubt my life will ever be the same. Was always an introvert. Now I'm an introverted, human disliking hermit.